What's up, everybody? This is your man DJ Square. And we are here today in the DJ Information Group. There are several DJs here to honor a special guy, a special legend in hip hop from way back in the day. And he's here with us. He's going to talk to us and sprinkle some knowledge on us about a few things. So thanks for joining in. And
no problem.
At this time, I would definitely like to introduce to you the one, the only, Cutmaster DC. How you doing, my man?
I'm all right, family. I'm good. Doing great, man.
Good.
Doing great. Can't complain. Still here.
Yeah.
Still doing my thing. You know, keeping busy, staying safe.
Yes, indeed. No doubt. That's a blessing there, just to make sure you can stay safe, especially in this particular period, for sure.
Yes, definitely.
It is truly an honor to have you on the call. And
thank you.
And when I reached out to you and you were like automatically like, yeah, man, sure. And you even did that while you were at work, so I really appreciate you taking that call.
No problem, family.
So that was really, really good. And what I want to do is explain a little bit to you about the DJ Information Group. And basically the DJ Information Group, this group was created by the other admin, DJ Rod Flash, who has the actual logo behind him, the DJ Information Group. And his vision was to have a group where DJs could come, whether they were in DJing for 6 months or 60 years, and be able to spread knowledge, learn from each other, teach, and just share and uplift all of us, because there's so many parts to this culture that we'll talk about tonight. And you'll definitely sprinkle some on us from that, and then we'll share with you some of the things that we're doing. And like myself, I've been in it since 36. I've been doing this for 36 years now. And you'll find some veterans in here. You'll find some that have done it all the way from as early as, like I say, 6 months ago, a year ago. So it's a mixed bag here, and that's what we like.
Okay.
But we definitely
that's
like
good. That's great, even.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it over to you, and I would love for you to introduce I know who you are. I know definitely DJ Rod Flash knows who you are, because we're old schoolers just like you, So we've been around the block a while.
Right.
So, but I would love for you to introduce and tell the DJs who you are, Cutmaster DC, and what you have done. And I think as soon as you mention your classic album, they will definitely know right off the bat who you are. So I'll turn the floor over to you.
Okay. Again, you already know I'm Cutmaster DC. But also, I have another name I go by, because I started doing mix CDs about 26 years ago under DJ Hakim. So you'll see something floating around with that. But from Cutmaster DC, and I'm a producer, recording, mixing engineer, artist, songwriter. Pretty much anything that dealt with music, I dabbed into. Keyboards, play keyboards, I'm a drummer. I tried to not have what was important to me was not to have my hands tied when it came down to me making music or any ideas that I had for music. And that's the reason why I had dabbled or got into so many different things. Perfect example would be with the engineering part. That came back in I would say around 87. I had an engineer that on 2 separate occasions didn't show up for a session, and out of being tired of that happening, I started interning at a studio called Home Base, which later became Secret Sound, and then I started just doing my own engineering, so I wouldn't run into that situation. Same thing came with playing keyboards. I had a couple cats that were really nice, but they had other obligations, so they couldn't come. So my brother, who played real well, he taught me. And so I started doing that. I always was into drumming. I played drums since I was like 8 years old. So that just was an easy transformation for me doing drum programming. and doing my own beats and what have you. But I also DJ, as people, I don't know, people know, that's my biggest thing right there is DJing. I love DJing. I play music. I've been DJing since 1977. Not necessarily cutting though, because back then, you know, it wasn't that much. I don't know if there was any cutting going on. And I forgot the exact year that Grand Wizard Theodore came up with the scratch. But we mostly was blending, you know, doing transitions. You know, that was the era of disco music, you know, Motown, and what have you. But like I said, whatever it was that had anything to do with music, I tried to, you know, stay in tune with. And if it was a weapon that I could use or that I needed, I made sure I put that in my arsenal, in my toolbox. And it goes on to this day. You know, I love technology, you know, in terms of what it brought to the table. The only thing that I have to say about it that is disappointing, and that is it's made some artists, producers, DJs lazy, you know, where they like pushing buttons more than actually, you know, utilizing the equipment to the fullest. On my end, the advantage that people like us older cats have is that we're used to this minus the button pushing. So it's like when the button don't work anymore, we can still keep it going. And one of my biggest mentors was a brother by the name of Patrick Adams. He was big in the disco era. Done, you know, he produced a lot of Prelude stuff from the record label Prelude. He, you know, produced, written, arranged, Push in the Bush, and all of what do you call it? Atmosphere Strut and all that other stuff. But what the point I'm making, and the reason why I brought him up, was that I had a session with him where we needed an 808 kick, and we didn't have access to an 808 drum machine at the time. He literally created it out of a tone and used a gate to trigger it. So whatever beat that I had put down, or whatever sound that was on tape, he hooked it up so it'll trigger that sound, and that was my 808 sound. He literally created it right there in like 10 minutes out of a tone.
Wow.
So it's stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That what I mean by when I say it's not just about always pushing buttons, but actually knowing the art, or knowing what it is, or how to really be perfectly honest with you, to juice whatever equipment that it is that you're using. Know it to the point where you can do stuff that the manufacturer don't even intend it for doing. And I ran into a lot of cats that practice that, and they flourish in regards to that. And that's the reason why you have producers whose longevity, like they're still from 20, 30 years, it's because of that one fact right there. You know, it's just plain and simple. So my advice, you know, to anybody, you know, getting into music, no matter regardless of what aspect, is learn the craft, study the craft. Whether you're DJing, whether you're producing, whether you're engineering, study the craft.
Yeah, very solid point. And you actually answered one of my questions before I could even answer it, so that was good. And that was about technology. What is your idea of what technology has done to the culture? And
well, you know what?
You answered it right on back in terms of.
But see, the thing is how you use it. I mean, I'm gonna give you, like, I use Serato. Okay. But I only use it one way. I mean, if you could look behind me, you know, I got turntables. These turntables are not the Reigns or what have you. This is an actual Technique MK7, actual turntable, and that's an actual vinyl record, a Serato record. And I still prefer to use vinyl, regardless. Even though I could, you know, I've been in situations where I've used the Pioneers and what have you. My personal preference is the controller is always going to be, you know, actual turntables. But getting back to what you were saying, is that what took me from using turntables to getting into even using controllers was when back in, I think it was 96 or 97, I was DJing for a friend of mine at a club in the Village. And first of all, I got my turntables, and I was bringing like about 4 or 5 crates of records. And at the time I wasn't driving, So I had to catch a cab, which wasn't easy to do with four crates of records and 2 turntables, but finally caught one. And the thing that irritated me the most, the 2 weekends that I DJ'd for that club, was me coming in, carrying 4 crates of records and my 2 heavy turntables, and this guy walking out with a suitcase. I was like, what in the? I'm like, here I am struggling, and this man just clack, 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 and walks right out. So I inquired about it, found out what he was using, and then I called another DJ friend of mine who actually used Tascams. At the time, it was the Tascam joints, because Pioneers I don't think was even out yet. And so anyway, make a long story short, about 2 months later, I started converting all my records to MP3 files. So this way I could have the ease of not having to bring all them crates of records. So now we're going to fast forward some 24 years later, if not more. Well, no, about 24 years? No, not 24 years. Yeah, 24 years later. Yeah, it's 96, so about 24 years later.
Yeah.
I never look back. I mean, I got an arsenal of records that I can carry with me, you know, on a hard drive or SSD card, and I would never be able to carry that much in crates. So
Right.
I welcome the technology to be able to afford me to be able to play whatever I want when I want, and not have to go through the trouble of crates, you know, have to actually carry actual vinyl. And then also I could preserve my vinyl as well, because I still buy vinyl, but I convert it to MP3 files and then play it just the same way. So there's an advantage to it, you know, there's definitely an advantage to it, you know, and from a producer's perspective, you know, when you could have instruments literally at your disposal that would normally cost you in upwards of tens of thousands of dollars, whether it be a special drum set, drum kit, bass guitar, or what have you, and you could have it in your computer, is mind-boggling. And then you have companies like Universal Audio that literally, for engineers, people who's in the engineering aspect of it, can literally have programs, plugins that will give them $1 million studio worth of effects. Technology is great. It all depends on how you use it. Because like how you know, you could have the most expensive equipment as a DJ, you can have all the records you need to do a party and bomb out if you don't know what you're doing.
Yes.
Plain and simple. It gets no plainer than that. You know what I mean? So that's why I say the most important thing out of all of this, regardless of whether or not you play for only 6 months, you're accustomed to the technology, so that's how you grew up. So, you know, you do your thing. Whether you're pushing buttons or not, doesn't matter. But you study the craft. You know what it is you're doing. If you're a DJ, you study your audience. You know how to play for them. You know what to do for them. If you're an engineer, you know what to do for the producer that's behind you trying to get whatever it is he wants. Because I've been in situations where I've had situations where, you know, I'm trying to tell the engineer or tell the producer what it, rather mostly the engineer, to tell you the truth, of what it is, the sound that I'm looking for. And he's giving me what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, but if you know your craft, if you know what it is that you're supposed to be doing, then you'll be able to give your customer, your client, whatever it is they need, because you know how to pull it out of whatever equipment it is that you use.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why foremost, more than anything else, craft, study your craft, hard work and dedication.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely you have to know your craft. And I think members of this group, and we have over 1,200 now, at some point have heard, you know, one form, shape, or another, that there's a couple things that we always say in this group, and we post it throughout the group, and that is practice and know your craft, know what you're doing. And we always preach as part of that, being that we do, because we have a lot of Serato users and a lot of virtual DJ users, Tractor, and also Rock Record Box. So we got a mix of DJs in here, and it's I would say it's split pretty good, you know, pretty evenly. And we always say, take a crate, you know, take a crate of one of your crates in Serato, and just let it play, you know, so that you can listen and learn your music. so that you can understand. Because, you know, in a lot of cases nowadays, when you're doing gigs, like you say, you know, the client will give you some songs that they want you to play or whatever. But if you got a client that doesn't do that, it's always good to know your library. So, and if you know your client, you're able to make the proper selections. So that definitely is a plus. And that's part. And when you're able to do that, that's part of like your some of your great steps of being a great DJ, as you truly will embed yourself into the craft. And the more you embed yourself, it becomes truly part of your fabric. So
yeah, definitely.
So most definitely, I totally understand you with that. One of the things that I was sitting back and I was reading about that shocked me when I was reading, you had an interview, and of course your the song that you had under Zakiya Records.
Yeah.
Christmas, you know, the night before Christmas, and of course Brooklyn's in the house.
Right.
And that was released back in 1985.
85, exactly.
85. So back in 1985, and the label at that time was saying, you know, you released a Christmas song, but they wanted you to release something else, you know, as a backup or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Because they didn't think, you know, because from this I read that they didn't think that Brooklyn in the House was not going to do that good, and it turned out to be.
That's why it was the B cut.
Yeah, and it was a B-side, and it turned out to be a big hit.
Yeah.
And the question I have is, because I was like, wow, that's, you know, you sold over 850,000 copies of this thing, and they only told you they sold 45,000. Is that true?
Yes.
Wow.
Shamefully so.
Wow, 850,000. What is that? That's 500,000 back in the day was gold. So you were on your way to platinum.
Yeah, probably. Well, we talking quite a few years ago. So it's definitely probably been platinum by now.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah. But see, that's unfortunately, you know, I became a statistic in the sense where I had love for the music, but no interest in the business. And so because I didn't have management at the time, and I always thought that, well, if I do right by the company's going to do right by me, and that wasn't the case. You know, so it is what it is. I mean, I don't have the reason why was crazy. Most people that I spoke to or that I talked to about this situation, they said they would have went absolutely ballistic when they found out, because I haven't released any I released one other record. I released a couple of joints since then by them. And when I had learned about the situation, I did what I could to correct it, but they didn't pretty much like what I did. So they kind of shelved it. And so I waited out my contract until it was over, and then I just left in '88. And most people, like I said, who I spoke to, they said they would have went kind of bananas over it, maybe, you know, on some different level stuff. But my take on it is, you know, you live and learn. And Brooklyn's in the House, Brooklyn Rocks the Best, Night Before Christmas, or any of the other joints that I did, was not a fluke. It was, I mean, I could do that like in my sleep pretty much. Because the thing is, it wasn't an accident. Brooklyn's in the House wasn't an accident. It's just a matter of me keeping my ear to the street and me keeping my ear to what was going on at that particular time. And that's what gave me the idea to do Brooklyn's in the House. So as a result of that, you know, and anything else that I've done, you know, in that regards, you know, it's just a matter of me staying in tune or relevant to that particular era, you know, in time, or that particular situation. And as far as me being able to do beats and produce and engineer, I study that. So that's my thing. So it's not like, you know, it's going to be hard for me to do another joint. You know,
right.
All right, I'll do another one. You know, if the opportunity strikes, I'll do another one. I'm ready. You know, unfortunately, you know, life took its, you know, not want to say got in the way, but life happened.
Oh yeah.
So I would
yeah.
do the family thing, and went back into my computers and blah blah blah. Kept my music. I always do music. I'm still producing. I'm still doing things. But I just, the things that used to impress me then doesn't impress me now. So it's not a matter of me, releasing a record anymore. If the time is not right, or if the paper is not right, or if the contract is not right, that's okay. I'm good. I done pretty much everything that, in terms of, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm good. So if I decide to do anything from this point on, it's going to be because I want to, not because I have to.
I feel
You know what I mean?
That makes,
and because this right now, I love doing it. I'm gonna keep doing this whether I release another record ever. I'm gonna keep DJing whether I play at another party ever. Because this is what I do.
It's in your blood. It's who you are.
What?
The culture is who you are.
What? That's an
That's
understatement.
That's what I try to tell people. The culture is not something you do.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Who you are.
Exactly.
And once it becomes part of your fabric, it's an addiction.
Nothing you can do about it.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
So
matter of fact, you're protective of it.
Yeah.
You become protective of it. Like, back up.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't touch that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's one thing I will say though, in the midst of all of this, as far as it being a learning experience, is that, and this is what I would say to anybody and everybody out there listening, business. You got to be about your business. If you plan on trying to make any kind of decent money, or plan on having, retiring off of it, whatever the case may be, you have to handle your business. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. See, I've been fortunate in a sense where I had other things that I was able to, I don't want to say fall back on, but I'll say rise up to.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, I'm into computers. I build and repair computer systems.
Mm-hmm.
I do web development. I do app development. You understand what I'm saying? So when the music wasn't that as good to me as it could have been, I was like, all right, no problem. I just did it not so much as a hobby, but I just did it as a passion, and just went on to my other passion.
Well, you know what? You and I have a lot in common then, because I'm also a technology specialist.
Okay.
And been doing it for 31 years.
Nice.
So we definitely talk about it.
We got to. We got definitely, man. Definitely.
Yes,
That's cool.
We will definitely talk about that.
Yeah, but like I said, my advice to everybody, getting into this, as a business, and if you plan on, there's nothing wrong with making money off your passion, having a passion that could generate funds for you. But if you plan on it, definitely handle your business. And it's another, we're in an era also of branding. So that's important as well. You take every aspect of this serious, and you'll be okay. You will be okay.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I'm a big believer in that. It's just like you say, once the key is no matter what it is to be focused.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you
don't lose focus.
Once you're focused on it, man.
Yeah.
You can do it. Like you're saying, you're a part of the culture. The culture is always part of you. You'll be able to assist and help. And like you're doing, you're still able to create music, help others who are, are coming behind the path that you have paved. So that works good in that sense as well, because you can teach them, just like you said, there may be something that someone of today may be able to teach you,
Of course.
And that's the handshake.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. I never stop learning.
And that's the best way to be.
Let me tell you, it's so funny because my new thing that I'm embarking on now is because of all the, the COVID, the coronavirus and what have you, and what's going on now. They have, with the Instagram and the Periscope and even like what platform we on now, I was like, this is very interesting. I think I want to, really, see what this is all about. And so what I did was I just went out, bought me a camera, not just any camera. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Right.
And studied whatever, I had to do to see what it's going to take to do this the right way. And so that's where I'm at right now. And I've been, for like maybe about a month and a half, been literally studying shutter speed, apertures, ISOs, all whatever to get this to work the way it's supposed to work. So when I do finally go on Instagram or put up anything, it's going to be right. And
Nice.
My point is, getting back to what we were just talking about, I'm just starting. Like I said, I have never picked up a camera before a month and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
Watch me 4 months from now.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
So it don't matter where you come from. If you're focused, like you say, if you're focused and you study and you about your business, there's no limit. There's no limit.
I hear you on that.
No limit.
So you also mentioned, of course, you released several mixtapes. I think I read over 200 mixtapes or something like that.
About 100 and some change.
So, and then you released them under DJ Hakeem.
DJ Hakeem, yeah.
Where do you post these, or is that, do you have you posted them on any of like SoundClouds or any of those places, any of those?
No, actually, I was doing the mixtapes back before all of that. I was doing it back when it was on Canal Street.
Oh man, Canal Street. Yeah. You take it way back, man.
Yes. Like I said, it was like some 26 years, 24, 25, maybe even 26 years ago. Yeah. After I released my first my first group of mixtapes. And it was under that. And the reason why, now that's a story in itself, why I chose to use Hakeem, DJ Hakeem. How that came into play was I had lost about 28 crates of records when I was moving. And they were like my records. Mm. And that's another thing that also led me to doing the controllers, because a lot of my vinyl was gone. And at that time, Pioneer wasn't out yet. The Pioneers that you could scratch with, what have you, they wasn't out yet. It was only the ones that you could really kind of blend with, because the cut with it was like kind of weak.
Right.
So the only thing I was actually able to do was really blend or do transitions. And I was under the impression that people who, when they saw a tape by Cutmaster DC, that they was going to look for, some little scratches here and there or what have you. They wasn't really going to appreciate the blending or the transitions or the music choice. So a friend of mine was telling me, I was trying to get a friend of mine, to do it with, to collab with him. And he was saying that it was easy for me to do it as Cutmaster DC because I'm Cutmaster DC. Mm-hmm. My thing with him, my argument with him was, if you do it right and you do it, I guess you could say you do it the best way you could do it, however that might be, no matter what your name is, people will gravitate to that name. It's you that make the name. Right. And I proved it to him within 2 years. My first mixtape I did was actually a reggae joint. And I haven't fully decided whether to use DJ Hakeem or Cutmaster DC, so I actually said both names. I'm gonna send it to you. You can check it out. But then after I did this, when I started doing the second one, the next three, I made up my mind to do under DJ Hakeem. About, I would say, not even a year later, it was over. Not even a year. It was all over Canal Street. A brother introduced me, took me down to Broadway and 23rd Street. That's where Canal used to get all their stuff from.
Yeah. You just walk down Canal Street, you see it everywhere.
Yeah, so when I saw that happen, that, gave me a light bulb went off in my head. And then that's when I started taking the mixtape game serious.
Nice.
And then I just left it with DJ Hakeem. And so about 100 so CDs later, that's it. It's a wrap. So now it's literally this, I'm 2 in 1. I've actually, on my 50th birthday, as a I wouldn't say a joke, we're just playing around, actually battled myself because I had people there who like DJ Hakim and who like Cutmaster DC. So I actually battled myself on my birthday. It was fun. It was funny. It was funny. But anyway, the point of the matter is that when you're the best at what you do, people will always appreciate that.
Yeah,
you know,
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because at the time that I decided to come out as DJ Hakim, that was when DJ Clue was out, K Slade was out, and the word was you don't release tapes while they release tapes, because then you ain't gonna get shown. If you say so, I ain't have that problem. Because what I did was totally different than what everybody else did. And the main difference was no baby mama shout outs. Straight music. From beginning to the end. And that's what changed that's what changed the game. That's what I brought to the table, that a couple years later, they started following in suit with their R&B joints. But until then, all over the tape. Couldn't hear music one for the talk. Feel me? I did my music the way I know people, the way I appreciate listening to music, and the way I know other people appreciate listening to music. So that's what I brought. And I did the best I could for what it is that I did. And it paid off. And that's why I say to anybody, whenever you do your best, you can't help but to shine.
Yeah. Yeah. You
know what I'm saying?
You bring up a good point about that, because I remember when I was a little kid, man, you know, I was starting to get into just before I started getting into DJing, right around about, I was like 11 years old, 10, 11, 12 years old. And I had a whole bunch of TDK tapes. My mom would be like, what do you want to do with all these blank cassette tapes? And I'd be like, I just want to record music. So every Friday night I used to listen to Mr. Magic and on WBLS, right? Mix show and everything, right? And you put in your tape because you want to listen, you want to record so you can play it back later. But they would be talking so much, you'd be like, I wish they would just stop talking. So then you do the, you'd be pressing rewind and trying to record again just so you can skip it. And so I totally understand in terms of the talking over the deal now. Back in them days, man, you just wanted that straight music so you could have something to play.
Well, you saying back in the days, but the thing is that exists to this day, because I said, I didn't start doing my mixtapes, mix CDs or however, until around 96. See, you're talking about with Mr. Magic, you're talking in the early 80s.
Yeah.
People wanting to listen to music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's that goes on. And again, it all depends. See, that's where it comes in with knowing your audience.
Right.
My audience was what you would call grown folks or older, 30 plus at that time, which are now 50 plus now. You understand what I'm saying? So that during that era, they especially with R&B, rap and other form of music, you can get away with it because they expect, and the same thing with reggae too. They expect a little bit more of the talking and the engaging, but with R&B is different. You know what I mean? Especially older. And I played, and my specialty was old school R&B. So that's the reason why I took that approach.
Yeah, it's one of those where you get that little bit of a vibe, you know what I mean? So I totally feel you on that. As a matter of fact, I have a show myself, and and I play. It's called the Chill Zone, and I play old school R&B.
Nice.
And I try to stay off of it as much as I can.
What do you mean?
When it comes to, I totally understand what you mean by that.
Oh, you mean the talking part?
Oh yeah. Because you want people to hear the music, and because R&B does something. R&B is like no other music to me. It's kind of like neo soul, and they touch you. They touch you. They get in you. They put you in a certain mood, a certain vibe. You know what I mean? Right. So, and then when you start breaking out the old school joints, and we got a guy in here named Rod Flash, who is the old school joint connoisseur. He is, he's the other admin, of course, but
nice.
Yeah, he has some joints, and he plays some joints, and
now does he play on your station? Or he has his...
We actually go live on Zoom and on Facebook and play.
Okay.
And you know, he plays it right from his thing, and he plays 45s and you know, and vinyl and you know, 12-inch. So you have to catch that sometime, and especially
I
you know, you're gonna hang
definitely,
out, you know, in the show. I'm gonna say, and like join, make sure we get you in the group if you've not
definitely.
already done it, and definitely you'll see when he goes live, you'll definitely enjoy that for sure. So I totally
Okay.
get you on that. But
I
yeah,
gotta
it's
check
all
that
about
out.
that vibe for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
indeed.
Now,
Indeed.
anybody got any questions, any technical questions, or any questions at all that
Well,
in
what
regard to?
I think Flash is getting ready to come in. Flash is not muted,
Okay.
so
I have one, and you might have forgot about this one. The 3 turntables.
Yeah. What's the question?
Did you get into that?
Well, what made me? Well, as far as Red Alert would say, the props or the different things that I did, in terms of DJing with a basketball or a bike or using 3 turntables, that was my way of standing out. Like, I wanted to kind of like be different in the sense of what when a person saw me do my tricks, what's different between the tricks that I do and anybody else? Theodore already did the handcuffs. People already done sneakers or something like that. So the 3 turntables, at that time, nobody's played with 3 turntables. Nobody did 3 turntables. At that time, nobody cut with a basketball or cut with a 10-speed bike. Just little things like that added on to it to make it like a little bit extraordinary, so to speak. So that's what made me, decide to take it to that level. Is just to make myself a little bit more outstanding than the DJ that just either got off the set or the DJ that you just got through seeing. So that's what got me doing tricks of that nature.
Yeah, that's what's up. I mean, and go back to when, how can I say this? Even Brooklyn Rock the Best and Brooklyn's in the House. That was in '85, and that's actually when I first started my DJ career.
Okay.
For myself, because I came up with other people and always cut that song, and I still to this day.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Congrats for doing it. Yeah, I mean.
Thank you.
Yeah, Flash, he asked a question about the 3 turntables, and I was going to ask the question about, I posted a pic of you yesterday when I posted about the spotlighting of you today. And in this one pic on your fan page, you got where you were doing a sneaker, a basketball. You got chopsticks, man.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
I was like, I'll share it with you real quick, but I was like, man, he did chopsticks, man. You went in on that. Do you see that?
No, I can't see it. Yeah, it's coming up, I guess. Oh yeah, okay.
I saw that. I said, man. So, I couldn't tell what that was down there. The red. What was that?
It's a ping pong paddle.
I was like, I said, is that I said to myself, is that really a ping pong paddle? But I wasn't for sure.
Yeah.
But them chopsticks, man, you were getting it in with them chopsticks, man, because I can understand the fader, but you had to have some serious control to have that on that vinyl.
Oh no. What it is, on the chopsticks, what I did was, how you have oh man, I forgot what I don't even know if they make it anymore. It's rubber. There's some I put it's when it dries up, it's like a liquid, and when it dries up, it turns right.
Gotcha.
It turns, so that's what actually, because if you anything that I've actually used, the bike, which was a tire, the basketball, rubber, paddleboard, the paddle stick, the ping pong paddle, rubber, sneakers, rubber. It has to have some kind of grip. Yeah. Exactly. There's no getting around that. And then what you do is you just make it an extension of your arm or your hand or what have you. You just have the control to be able to control the actual thing that you're using, whatever it is that you're using, and be light enough on it to whereas it don't bounce the needle all over the place or whatever the case may be. But I chose device that had rubber. I chose anything that had rubber. And if it didn't, then I figured out a way of putting some kind of substance on it that will make it not sticky, because then they'll be picking the record up, but something that'll give it some grip. So this way I could, use it on the fader or use it actually on the vinyl itself. So, it's no secret. It's no secret. You know what I mean? People say, "Oh, he just gave the secret. Now I can do it too." Okay.
Gotcha.
But if anybody else want to try, that's the main ingredient, rubber.
Gotcha.
It has to have. You have to have a grip. You got to be able to have a grip, and then you could work on your touch. Once you've gotten to that point. You got that point.
And actually, thinking about something like that, utilizing something like that would actually help train DJs on their touch overall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's a good tool to help them. Especially when you want to be light. Yeah, because when you're on tables, you should be as light as possible on your hand.
Yes.
So yeah, and we got a lot of turntablists in here, like myself, Flash. You got definitely Joe Storm, Big Rough, Miss Official. She plays.
Nice.
There's a lot of us that Big Body. She was in here. There's quite a few of us that actually are turntablists. So we totally get that.
Let me say one thing. Let me add one thing to that, and that's another thing what I like about what I love about Serato. Serato has two modes in their turntable: absolute and relative.
Right.
If you're practicing, especially if you're practicing your touch, and you want to practice like you're using actual vinyl, put it on absolute. Because in relative, even if it bounces, it's going to still stay in place.
Right.
Whereas an absolute is going to treat it just like an actual vinyl.
Right, according to the position of wherever the
exactly. So if you want to practice like your actual using an actual vinyl, and you want to practice your touch, your feel, and what have you, then if you're using Serato, I don't know what it would be for what's the Tractor, but I know in Serato it's absolute.
Yeah, and in
put it on absolute.
DJ, I think pretty much the same thing.
Same thing.
Flash.
Most of the software got absolute and relative mode.
So,
okay, cool. Yeah, so yeah. So
No, go ahead.
No. That was it. That's why. That's one of the things that I like about it, about the Serato, or about that, is because, if let's say if I know I'm getting in a battle where it's going to be actual vinyl being used, I could actually practice, on there, still practice on the set the same way by just putting it in absolute.
Gotcha.
So
coming from your era, and then you're getting into DJing, being a turntablist. There's these things that we all love called break beats.
Yeah.
What are your favorite break beats?
Oh my gosh. My favorite break beat is Dance to the Drummer's Beat.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
Why is that? What do you cut it a specific way? It is just like there's so many points in there that you can touch?
Well, there's a lot of points in it you can cut. But I think that I don't think there's any turntablist type of trick that you can't do on Dance to the Drummer's Beat, because there's so many different sections.
True.
There's so many different sections. True. You know what I mean? That's my favorite record because of that. And again, being a drummer's beat.
Yeah.
Now the first one, what I would say that I could say that I learned off of, if I'm not mistaken, was Love Is the Message.
Love Is the Message, classic. That's like the anthem, man.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's our anthem. That right there, that did a lot for me in the sense where, trying to think how to put this, because there's so much you could do with that record.
Mm-hmm. And
you know what I mean?
If you went to a jam out in the park, that was definitely like
one
that made people move right off the bat.
Yeah, but it's like the instrumentation is so. I mean, it's like whether you want to mix it, whether you want to do it as a turntablist, whether you want to use it as a regular DJ. Well, I shouldn't even say regular DJ. Let's say a party DJ in terms of old school music, old school R&B or what have you. That record covers like all of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If you know, so that right there to me, I kind of grew up on that record in every sense, meaning that anything that I know how to do in terms of whether it be blending or cutting or even whether or beat matching or even sound,
Right.
or even sound, I would have to say I learned initially from that record right there.
Gotcha.
You know, because when you heard of Grandmaster Flowers, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I was fortunate enough to play with him and learn a lot from him in terms of he was big on sound.
Nice.
He was big on
Wow.
sound, and not just sound, not so much when to say sound system, but actually grooves of the record. Why a record sounds louder than the other record, or why this record has a certain sound to it opposed to the way another record sounds. You know what I mean? And actually, matter of fact, I didn't even consider myself actually doing transitions correctly until he showed me, or kind of like, I guess I would say show me, because even me looking in the background and listening and watching it and getting it off of him indirectly showing me. A lot of times record have different, volume. And you could actually monitor the volume before you actually bring it in. So this way that when you do bring it in, it doesn't overpower the record that you just took off.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't practice that.
Right.
Like
right.
It actually sometimes, see, a lot of people confuse transition with beat matching. Beat matching is not transition. Beat matching is just what it says. You got a beat blending with another beat. That's it. It could, whether it's in time or not. I mean, when I say in time, meaning that, you know, R&B has a 4/4 count.
Right.
Some people might bring it, the beat might be like kicking, the snare might hit, but you might be on the second part.
Right.
Opposed to the first part. So that when that record ends, the other record ain't beginning like it's supposed to, because you didn't put it in on the right part.
Right.
You didn't come in. Well, the same thing goes with the sound or the level. Depending upon how you bring it in, it's not going to be a smooth transition. And there's ways of monitoring that just from visual as well as from your ear. You know what I mean? So
now,
I'm listening.
When you were speaking of that, I think I was reading something about you where, and I'm glad you brought that up too, that there was a mention that you used to organize your records by the volume levels. Was there any truth to that?
No.
Okay, because in terms of like, because it's kind of like what you're saying right now, like where you were able to monitor it and monitor the levels.
Well, I can tell you, if you look on your mixer, whatever mixer you have that you play, as soon as you put the needle on, you're gonna see the level before it gets to the master. You'll see the level.
Right.
Now, if your level is in green on, say, your left turntable, but then when you put the record on the right turntable is in red, you should turn that down.
Yeah, no doubt.
If it's pulsating to whereas it's at the second level of yellow or what have you, then make that do the same thing. This way you could control it. And vice versa. If it's all the way down to green and the other one is at yellow, bring that up to yellow. You understand what I'm saying? As you make the transition going in.
Right.
But no, I wouldn't. No, the only thing I do, I might do beats per minute. I do beats per minute. I might have them organized according to beats per minute, but not volume. I'm not. That's crazy.
Maybe because I was going to ask you how. Maybe I may have read it wrong or something, but I was just trying to figure. I was like, because I was going to ask you. I was like, back. I knew they knew that vinyl was recorded differently according to the company, how their systems were and things like that, and then different places where you got them pressed, and
like in England, like overseas, their records are louder than ours, and
so
also 12-inch.
I was sitting there and I was like, I wonder, I knew that was maybe had been a tedious job to do, but how were you able to do it so well? So thanks for debunking that.
No, tedious. No, I don't got that. I don't got that much time on my hands.
I feel you, man.
No, the only thing I would do, which now you don't really have to do, the only thing I used to do back then was the beats per minute. And I would actually count the beats per minute. What it is. And for people like a lot of, which is amazing to me, beats per minute is actually like what it says. because everything is in quarter timing. And all you have to do to get the beats per minute, if you don't have something that's accurately giving you the beats per minute, is actually count how many beats you get to when a minute is up. And that's literally the beats per minute. So if anybody have a situation where they need to get to the beats per minute and they don't have something automatic like a Serato or what have you, or don't have a way of getting to the actual beats per minute, even if it's a beat, let's say if it's a beat, you just did a beat or you just heard a track somebody just sent you and you want to know the beats per minute so you can do a remix of it. That's all you got to do. Put the timer on, hit the stop, hit the timer. When it gets to a minute, how many beats you counted, by the time it gets to that minute, that's your beats per minute.
Yep.
So
I remember back in the day what we used to do with the stopwatches. We used to do it and count to 15 and multiply it by 4.
Yeah, but you know what?
And
the lower you can do is 30. Yeah, exactly. The least amount is 30. 30 will give you a more accurate and times it by 2. 15 will be off.
Gotcha,
because I tried that too, try to cut it short. 15 will be off. So 30 is the least you could do.
Gotcha.
And then just times it by 2 and then you'll be fine.
That's good. That's good.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you think we have a lot more DJs now because of the technology, and plus they don't have to buy the records that we had to buy back in the day?
Oh, yes. I'm just gonna say yes, emphatically so. Yes. It's like I mean I look at the not so much Instagram, but just in general, the next person who they say is DJing now. Like this person's a DJ now, this person's a DJ. And I'm like, really? And see, it's almost to the point, and to the people who are DJs, this has nothing to do with y'all. But it's to the point where I'm like, we might have to change how we classify DJs. Because it's gotten to the point where now, because you are a record player or a jukebox, or you could put a needle on a record, that makes you a DJ. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry to tell you, you're not a DJ. If you can't control your crowd, if you don't know anything about the music that you're playing, if you yourself can't, whether you're doing it or not, can't transition from one record to another without people tripping on themselves, I can't give you that. It's not I can't give you that. I could give you that, but I'm not giving you that. Because like I said, it's like anything else. You're not going to be allowed to drive on the highway unless you got a license. So maybe that's what we should start having, is a license to DJ. Only certain people who want to refer to themselves as DJs should be able to take this test, pass it, and now you can refer to yourself as a DJ. Because it's almost insulting to us who've actually put in the time and the work to study our craft for somebody to just go ahead and push a button and be like, I'm a DJ now because I just bought X amount of DJs, or even more so because I'm a personality and I'm going to get paid because I'm a personality. And so now I'm DJing because I'm throwing on a record. No, you're not a DJ. You're a personality who just played a record. That's my take on it. I don't care who likes it or not.
Hey, that has been said in this group many times before.
Oh, okay.
Many times. So
I'm glad you're not going to oust me from the group.
that means that we are on accord with you.
Okay. I thought you were going to say, well, DC, since you feel that way, I don't think you can be a part of us.
We are on accord with you, man. No doubt.
All right, that's cool.
No doubt, man. And you say the celebrity, that gets up in the booth and plays a playlist, so, but, the only thing about that is I tell people, I said, we say that, and they get up there, they make all this money, but they just don't know the culture, man. So, without the help of a DJ that a lot of times is standing behind them or hiring, they're not able to accomplish what they need to accomplish.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So in terms of, let's talk about the culture overall from way back then to now.
Okay.
And you hit on it a little bit, in terms of, the DJs back then and the DJs of today. The one thing I would like to ask you is, what do you think about the music of today? What do you think? Do you consider it?
You have to be more specific. Like when you
Yeah,
say music.
I'm trying to figure out how to put this.
Yeah, what type of
Hip
what
hop.
music you talk about? R&B, rap,
Let's talk
EDM,
about
club.
rap. Let's talk about
I figure
rap.
that's where you really wanted to go to.
Let's talk about rap.
Okay.
What is your take on today's rap?
Okay. What a lot of people refer to as mumble music. Okay, that's the term that they've actually gotten used to classifying as. I have mixed opinions, and I'll explain. To me, like what's going on right now is no different than what happened 40 years ago when we first started doing our thing. What R&B artists used to say about us, because we couldn't sing. So now we're doing something that didn't really hit, or that was just a fad, or what are they doing? Pick up a book, go write something, go do something, whatever the case may be. It's not for us. It's for this generation. Just like rap back then wasn't for my grandfather or my grandmother, or maybe even my pops. It was for us. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it. But it's not for me though. It's not for me to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. It's like, that's the only thing I could say about it. The reason why I'm not going to denounce it or say anything negative about it is because of the amount of brothers and sisters who might not been able to do anything else outside of that and have another platform to feed their family.
Right.
They came up with something, a culture, whatever the case may be. They're doing something positive that's feeding their family and probably other families as well because of the amount of money that they're able to make off of it. Mm-hmm. Do I enjoy listening to it? No, because it's not made for me. So I don't listen to it. Some of the production, I like some of the production. As far as the lyrical content, I don't even consider it being lyric. I'm from a different era, but they understand it. Well, that explains it's for them. So I have the option of listening to it or not listening to it. So I choose not to listen to it because it's not for me. So that's my take on it. It's not for me.
Gotcha.
So, I can't appreciate something that's not for me. And being that it's not for me, I don't listen to it. So therefore I don't really know about it. So I don't want to judge something that I'm not into, I don't know about. If that makes sense. Right. I can actually, now tracks, the music, I like the music, but I can't get into the lyrical content. I like some of the music. I say some of the music. Because I can't say I like all of it because it sounds, to me, some of it sounds the same. A lot of it sounds the same. But again, I'm not into it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So, but that's my take on it.
Well, of course, I can sit here and ask you 1,000 questions, but it's time for the DJs to chime in and ask you their questions. And
okay.
We're going to start off with the other admin, Rod Flash. And
okay.
Then we're going to let Joe Storm hit you. And then we're going to go from there. So, Flash,
okay.
You're on deck.
All right, your production. Is it anyone or any song that you produce that we wouldn't know you produce?
Wow, that's a good question. I don't know. See, because I don't know what y'all know about me.
Like other artists per se, like.
Okay.
Eric B. and Rakim, because they was on Zakir before. Was y'all on the label at the same time, or that?
No, I actually A&R Eric B. and Rakim.
Okay.
Oh.
I was doing I was DJing or performing at a party for Mr. Magic, and Eric B. at the time used to work for BLS, doing stuff, what have you. And he gave me his mixtape. I mean, not his mixtape, but his demo tape. Right. I listened to it, and then I took it to Robert Hill, who's the president of Zakir, and we both sat down and we listened to it, and then we picked the two songs that was going to be released for. So I just say A&R Eric B. and Rakim. But I don't know if you heard of Hey Love by King Son and D Moet.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I produced and arranged that. I did some work with Heavy D on Mr. Big Stuff. as well, but I didn't produce it. I started off doing the work on that, but things happened and the deal didn't really go through, so I didn't get a chance to finish the project.
Right.
I can't really, I don't, there's a couple of, the funny thing about that question is that a friend of mine called me and actually reminded me that I produced one of his joints that I even forgot about. So there might be stuff that I actually produced and just forgot because I just was, my thing was I had like a studio and I kind of used to be very engaging and inviting. And so I used to have people come over and just, we used to jam and, you know, do things and, you know, so there might be, yeah. And I was like, yo, good luck, you know.
Right.
So I can't really say. There might be some stuff out there that, you know, that I produced that y'all don't know because I'm not. But my biggest, as far as my biggest work, y'all know about it. Y'all know about my, you know, the work that I got. Whether you don't really want to battle, Brooklyn's in the house, Night Before Christmas, Brooklyn Rocks the Best, Hey Love, Mythological Rapper, you know. So yeah, but not that I know of. No. Okay.
Flash, you have any others?
I really didn't, but what I heard you say back in, just say in the 80s, more artists was more so into the music, not the business.
Well, no, I didn't say more artists because I can't really speak on everybody. I just say me. I know myself personally. I just was into the music. I didn't even like the business aspect of it. You know.
I hear a lot of artists from that era talks about the business part and like how they were screwed over or.
So I guess it is true.
Like actually, and I heard this from people. How much is the point? Like you don't know what the point is, so you got to do research just find what the point is on your contract.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Your point is a penny, and there's people who tell your point is $10. How would you know?
Well, I know it ain't $10, but but I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Well, see, actually, there is a definition of what a point actually is.
Okay.
Just that we didn't know.
Okay.
You know, those of us who had managers who we entrust certain managers to do their job, they did, and then you had some who didn't. Whether you know they stole from you, or either the manager didn't steal from you, the record label stole from you, or the producer stole from you. Somebody always had their hand in. The thing is, the key is not how much money you get stolen. It's not the fact you get money taken from you. It's how much. Right. That's what it boils down to. Because there's going to be a penny here or there that's going to be missing. Somebody's going to figure out how to, but it's just about how much you get taken from you. You try to limit how much money you lose. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Knowing the business limits the amount of money or the amount of, you know, funds that you're short. Right. You know, and that's a lot of us, again, because this was new to us. So a lot of us, we didn't have a clue in regards to the business aspect of it. You know, whether it be the publishing, writers, licensing, mechanicals, you know, all that. And now it's even more now because you got syncing, you got now this stuff is going to movie theaters and into movies and into commercials. So that's a whole nother era. That's something, sampling, all of that. It's a whole nother business. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I say anybody who wants to, you know, not so much just make a living, but see some money for your hard work, learn the business or get a team. Plain and simple. Get a team. People that you could trust that will do the work needed for you to, you know, that you need done so that you can get what you need to get. Because you can't do it by yourself. I can tell you straight up and down. It's too much to do. You can't do, because all artists should be able to focus on their craft and have their team handle what they need to handle. Yeah, you watch your team, but they should be handling their business. Right. And then you deal with them and put them out there to do the footwork, the leg work, or whatever the case may be. And then they come back and let you know what's going on, and you keep track of all of that. You know what I mean? But that's how you got to do it. Either any other way, you're going to take more shorts than you want to.
Right.
Joe Storm, do you have any questions? Okay, maybe he's back. DJ Ruff.
He can't unmute himself. Why can't he? He should be able to unmute himself.
Let's see. Yeah, they should be able to unmute themselves.
Yeah.
Let me just ask him to unmute himself. Joe Storm, can you hear? Can you?
Mike check a 1 2.
We hear you.
DC, what's up, brother?
What's up, family?
Man, I'm just sitting here just listening to your brilliance, brother.
Thank you, thank you.
I see you got the S9 back there.
No. Why you cursing at me like that,
Huh? You know,
man? Nah, man, that's the Rain 72.
oh, that's the rain. Hold up, let me blow that up. Okay, you all right?
Yeah, it's the Rain 72.
I need to put my glasses on.
No harm, no foul.
Damn. I was sitting here so long, I forgot my question, man. If there's one thing that you could go back and do as far as in your career that you didn't get a chance to do, or is it something that you could change that you wish that you could, what would be that, the one thing or two things?
Just like what I was talking about just now. Business. Handling my business.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of cats don't take care of their business. They understand.
Well, it's not even went back then for us.
Yeah.
A lot of us, it wasn't even about handling, not taking care of my business. I didn't even know there was a business that I had to take care of.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, my thing was, okay, you tell me to go in the studio and bring you a hit record, or go in the studio and bring you a joint. So my focus is making this music, writing these songs, going in the studio, producing it, bringing out something that you can sell. Now, if I do that, you're going to take care of me. Right? Wrong. In the story. In the story.
Like, it's crazy because, like, I look at a lot of these, like, episodes of Unsung, and I look at, like, a lot of the rappers and different DJs that came on back in the day, and even, like, in the 90s, that, kind of went through the same thing, that, they was like, if I would have knew it was a business to be taken care of, I would have took care of it, and really, they was like, I trusted in the label. And,
yeah.
Like, and like, even when I look at one of my favorite groups of back in the day, De La Soul. Like, even to this day, like, the dude that signed them was smart enough to know, he said that pretty much you are buying to a contract on all formats. I mean, well, I'm correct. Let me correct that. He said that they were, they didn't have the rights to their music on all formats, even in the future.
Oh yeah.
Like, he foreseen whatever was coming. He didn't know what was coming, but he knew that. And even they said, they really didn't read that. They didn't really read their contract. So
I recognize what you just now said, and the thing is, it's not so much even if you read it, do you know what that means?
Correct.
You understand? And see, that's the thing. It's so crazy because a lot of us, well, at least let me not say a lot because I don't know how much or a lot of. I'll just speak for myself. You're in that particular time, you're kind of like, you're somewhat anxious. You feel you good, you feel that you can do some things. And it's like, just let people hear my stuff. I got a company that's willing to release my joints. Because the problem I had, believe it or not, Zakia wasn't my first label. Zakia was my third label.
Okay.
The first label I was on was actually in 1979.
Okay.
And the music they gave me for that was whack. When I say whack, I mean, oh my God. The second label was in 1983. Was a joint I did called That's Life off Airport Records, which was a subsidiary of Scorp Gemini, which they did.
Okay.
They had a group called Shades of Black, Keep in Touch, Body to Body. Okay, that was the parent label. But anyway, make a long story short, the music for that wasn't good either. I didn't like it. And that led me to producing my own joints.
Okay.
But I would actually literally refuse to sign with a label that wouldn't let me produce my own joints because I got tired of people producing my joints, giving me whack music. I turned down West End, I turned down Vanguard, and I turned down Sleeping Bag for the same reasons. Zakia was the only one that was willing to let me go in and do my thing. And that's how I wind up with Zakia. But my thing was because I'm figuring because they let me go in, do my thing, I bring back them a product that they could sell, they like, they're going to look out for me. And it didn't turn out that way at all. You know, even when I brought them artists, even when you know, I went in the studio with their artists, same thing, same situation. So I got tired of it, and I just waited out my contract. I refused to do any more records or whatever the case may be, and I was just done with the whole thing. I was just done with it, and that's why I say it's important. You know, you gotta, if you yourself don't have the time or the patience to learn, which most people don't, every aspect of it or the aspects of it that you need to know, then you get somebody that you can trust or that you can keep an eye on to handle the business for you. But you can't go into the music business without handling the business along with the music.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And this is across the board. If you take a look at anybody who's been successful doing anything, they had a team. And it's unfortunate that we have to find out at the end, you know what I mean? What it should have looked like in the beginning. But the way I see it is you live and learn. I'm still here. I'm still above ground. So
yeah, you still around to tell your story.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll see what I feel like doing and do it. This time it'll be a little bit better because I know more. I know better. It'll be better because I know better.
Man, it's just amazing, you know. I get to meet. I said it's amazing. I get to meet the people records that I have. You know, I have a few of your records, brother.
Thank you.
You know, definitely got good stuff in my arsenal.
Thank you. I'm gonna try to put out a couple more for you before it's time for me to go home.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't promise you any lyrical content, but I'll give you some nice production.
Oh, hey, that's good enough, man.
Okay, because you know I'm 59, so I'm too old to be rapping, so to speak.
I got one more thing to say, man. I see you was talking about, you know, you're a big lover of old school R&B.
Oh yeah.
Man, that's my thing, man. I love the old school funk. I like a lot of old disco funk. Just a lot of the stuff from back in the day.
I gotta figure out a way of sending you. I did this one tape called "It's Got to Be Funky."
Okay.
I gotta send you that. That's all that's on there. That's all that's on there. It's old from Parliament to, you know what I mean? I mean, Clinton. I gotta figure out. I gotta get you that CD.
Man, I gotta get you that CD. That joker, like seriously.
All right, fam. We gonna link up. We gonna link up.
Most definitely.
All right. Okay.
Go ahead, Flash. What you got to say, Flash? Can't hear you, Flash. You still muted.
Square now. Who is next at the Jeff?
Miss Official. Do you have any questions?
You got to unmute these people because
no, they can unmute themselves. I just changed it.
Okay.
No, I don't got no questions. I mean, I just like listening. I mean, you know, I take it in and observe. I've been in the game since I was 10, so it's good to hear from an OG, just like my grandfather, and just learn, you know. So thank you for all you do, and
thank you.
Keep doing your thing.
Thank you. I'm gonna try. It's like what he said. It's in my blood. I mean, I don't know any better. You know, this is what I do. Same. Yeah, I love it. This is what I do. I'm gonna do this regardless. You know, just long if I have, you know, what's you know, outside of self-motivation is also nice to know that when people appreciate your work. So that's just like the icing on the cake. So that's always going to be an additional motivation for me, you know, to continue to do what I do. So, you know, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Definitely.
Hey, what's your social media on Facebook? Is it Cutmaster DC on Facebook?
It's both. It's Cutmaster DC, and then it's also DJ Hakim. But the DJ Hakim is spelled DeeJay, then Hakim.
Gotcha.
I think I saw that on there. Then we
Yes.
have DJ Stakeout, and we also have DJ Big Said out of H-Town. And DJ Stakeout, he's in Philly as well.
Okay.
And he had a question, but I'm going to go ahead and let him ask that question. He put it in the chat room, but I'm going to go ahead and let him ask the question.
Okay.
DJ Stakeout.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for letting me be a part of this as well. My question, nice to meet you, Cutmaster DC.
All right. Same. Nice to meet you too, family.
Okay. So I noticed you talking about Airport and Zakia Records. What was your thoughts on Bebop and I'm sorry, Bebop and Fresh and Tinted and Raucous?
Oh, wow. You know what? I forgot all about Raucous. I forgot about that. Okay, let's get with Bebop. Bebop, actually, I have nothing to do with. That's another part of, like, you know, what I was talking about as far as handling the business. Back then, I think it was in 86 or 87, they had licensed my record overseas in England on Bebop Fresh. So I don't, okay, I lost somebody.
Oh man.
Are you still there?
He got lost.
I wonder if it's
Stake out, fix your screen, man. Y'all come on here looking all raggedy.
Sorry.
Not looking raggedy.
No, I think he lost.
let me give him a call real quick.
He lost connection.
My man got the Rain 72, Team Rain.
Mhm.
Let's get it. Good champions think alike. No, it's all good though, man. I love to see, you know, cats still doing it, still getting busy.
Hey, that's what it's about. And y'all get this homework, then y'all go at 10 o'clock, turn the VH1 and watch the Berkeley logo.
Yeah, I'm gonna peep that joint.
I mean, it's all. But the other hell of a question, Stake Out. I remember that too. I think I had that.
What about Raucous? What
It was the record label.
what happened about with him
It was
and
the
Raucous?
record label.
Huh?
The record label.
Well, I know about Raucous, but what do you do with Raucous?
I think they, like you said, they probably released this stuff overseas. That's what a lot of companies was doing, using different labels to release shit overseas.
Oh, so they was releasing his stuff without him knowing.
But they done to a lot of artists.
That's crazy. Well, let me
Yeah, it's
ask
just
you
like
this.
just like Zakiah, where I asked him about, you know,
The Cayenne 4 from Worldwide.
when they told him that the Christmas, you know, the night before Christmas in Brooklyn in the house, that they only sold 45,000 copies, and it turned out they sold 850,000. So that's a prime example of, you know, what's going on undercovers and, you know, and
Double
not
books
letting them
and all
know.
that.
So the same thing is, you know, they're selling it overseas so that the artist is not aware of it because it's out of the country, and they filtering, they got the money coming in that way as well. So
Well, see, it's a lot different now. If a dude is independent and he's shipping his stuff, you know, it's different with a digital file versus a physical product. I mean, if he's selling his joint himself independently,
I'm a
you know, and he
I mean, I've been talking to y'all that whole time and didn't have my phone plugged up. My phone said, okay, I'm going, I'm out. All right, here we go, we back.
So I think you were in the middle of answering that question.
Oh yeah, right.
DJ.
Well, Bebop Fresh was licensed out to Bebop Fresh. I didn't find that. I didn't find out or knew anything about that until like maybe 15 years later, after the fact. As far as Airport Records is concerned, that was just another label that I had, signed on to, in search of, trying to do something. And it did what it did. Like I said, I didn't like the production, and that was just pretty much what it was. The record itself did moderately okay. It was nothing to write home about, and I felt that had to do with the production. Now, as far as Rawkus was concerned, that happened as a result of me I was engineering at Power Play, and one of the clients I was engineering from had mentioned that Rawkus needed an engineer for their groups. And so I got hired actually as an engineer for them. And I was their chief engineer for their group, the Rose family. Oh. And in the midst of me doing that, they presented me with the idea of actually doing something for them, actually recording, some music for them. And again, business not being taken care of and not handling the situation, or not really knowing how the situation could have been handled. It didn't pan out as well as it could have. It could have been a really good deal, but it just didn't pan out. It just didn't pan out the way it could have been. So, and that was on me. That wasn't even on them. That was on me. That actually was on me. So, like I said, you live and learn. Hopefully that'll be the last of my errors in regards to situations like that. But yeah, that one I have to take full responsibility for.
Okay.
I didn't have.
What about Tinted Records?
I don't know Tinted.
Okay.
What's Tinted?
In 2000, they put out Sun Kids.
Okay, what that has something?
Reason why I say it because it has you as Cutmaster DC, and then it says Rescue Me, front to back as a 12-inch. Are you aware of that? Is that
no?
That could have came out that you was not aware of.
Yeah, but I don't even. I heard of Sun Kids, but I don't know anything about that project.
Okay, so on Discogs, I usually look at music on Discogs, and it's actually listed like after the Rawkus. So you might want to look into that. Yeah,
I will, because that's news to me.
Your name is attached to it.
Okay. Well, see, that's the thing. Like what I was saying before, I've done some work with people, for people, and actually what became of some of that work,
okay,
you know what I mean, might have slipped through the cracks, so to speak. Yes. So I'm gonna definitely address that and see what's going on with that.
Okay.
I appreciate you bringing that to my attention.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Matter of fact, let me grab a pen right quick. What's the name of the label? It's
Tinted, Tinted.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put it right in the chat.
Okay, cool.
You don't mind. Okay,
and
I put it in there.
What's the name of the what was the name of the record?
Sun Kids.
That's the name of the group?
// Cutmaster DC.
And you said it was called Rescue Me?
Yes, Rescue Me with front to back, and it's a 12-inch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, I actually could show you.
Yeah, I was about to do it, Flash.
1 second. I'm actually going to show it to him. I just seen it. Give me a second. But I just had it up.
Mm-hmm. It's down at the bottom.
And
you want me to share it? You got it?
And I had one more question. If you could work with someone contemporary, who would you want to work with?
Ooh. Wow. Rapper?
Yeah, I got it.
Doesn't matter. Rapper?
Anybody.
That's hard.
Okay, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why it's hard is because there's quite a few people that I respect that I would love to work with.
So if you had your let's say your 5 or top 10, who would they be that may help you instead of trying to single to just one?
Yeah. I wanna okay, I'm gonna do a current, because most of the ones that I'm about to speak on is actually past, but there's a particular cat that's current that I would like to work with. Two of them, matter of fact. Chance the Rapper is one of them.
Okay.
Okay. Well, he's current to me, but he's not current. Eminem is
Okay.
another one. You say past or present?
Yes.
Mhm.
Kool Moe Dee.
Okay. Cool. Yes.
Believe it or not, somebody that I should have been able to work with, but as a result of how the label was, I never got the opportunity to. Rakim.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Those rapper wise, those are my that's my like that's my pick.
Okay.
And one other I feel that this brother is so underestimated, and but I just like him. I think I like him, and that's my boy oh my gosh, don't tell him to forget his name now. From the group Disturbing the Peace. Ludacris.
Ludacris.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Ludacris.
That's good.
Yeah.
And the reason why, I don't know if more so him than anybody else, only because I don't think he gets the just that he deserves.
Mm-hmm.
But I would pick, matter of fact, you asked me number one, I would put him number one because of that fact. He'll be the first person I would like to work with. Because everybody else pretty much, you know what I'm saying? They up there. They up there with their accolades. But I don't think Luda is. I think he deserves a lot more accolades than he gets.
I agree.
Gotcha.
It's
a good list.
I'm going to share that for y'all real quick.
Thank you.
Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Sunkiss Kids, Cutmaster DC.
Matter of fact, hold on for a second. I'm actually going to take a screenshot. You dummy.
Yeah, I can also text it to you too.
Yeah, we can
DC.
send
Then
it.
do that. That'll be cool.
Yeah, we'll send you the link also.
I bet. That'll work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you for answering my questions. I greatly appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, man. Anytime. Thank you for the info.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right.
So we got our homie out of H-Town, DJ Big Said. He's riding the car. But do you have any questions for Cutmaster DC, Big Said?
He said he'd be right back.
Yeah, I gotta run real quick. I'm driving right now. I'm gonna hop back on. But good to meet you, brother. And
Thank you.
salute for everything you've done, man. Keep doing it, bro. That's all I gotta say right now. I'll be right back.
Okay, family.
All right. So we got through the part here, we already an hour and 33 minutes into the interview. And I know that you actually said at the beginning that you may have some questions for us pertaining to the group and any other questions that you may have for us. So if you have something, fire away and we'll see if we can answer or at least try to help you or whatever, because we're here. That's the one thing about this group. Like I say, we are here to help. So if there's something that we can answer for you that you had questions about, please do.
Actually, well, the question is, I'm trying to understand fully, because it's like, as far as the group, it's like, especially the brother that just came on, that y'all seem to be really into like educating each other.
Yes.
And I think it's not. I don't even have. It's not even a question. It's more of a salute, and to say that I really appreciate what it is that y'all are doing, you know, and even more so, it's something that, you know, I could see myself on a regular, you know, participating in and being a part of, because we don't have enough of such a forum, you know, or platform where we could speak amongst ourselves, talk, and, you know, be open and transparent,
Right.
and actually, you know, be genuinely, what's the word? Be genuine about, you know, helping one another.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's all, like, a lot of times what you find when you try to reach out to people in this particular business, everybody's more along the line of if there's information to be gotten, or if there's anything to be gained from the information, they kind of like hold it back. It's like nobody wants to share. Nobody wants to really
Facts.
collaborate or how you say network.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's kind of discouraging to a certain degree. You know, whereas it's me myself, I'm like, you ask me a question, if I know the answer, I'm gonna give it to you, because my thing is, what you decide to do with that information has nothing to do with what I'm doing with that information.
Right.
And a lot of people, unfortunately, they're so busy worrying about what the next man is doing or not doing, and not really focusing on what they should be doing. And I don't get it. And what I'm kind of like, to me, I'm seeing or even experiencing and talking with you guys, is that y'all all about sharing. Y'all all about trying to, you know, figure out a way of getting my brother to the next step, my sister to the next level. You know what I mean? So I like that. I really appreciate that. I like that. I like
To
that.
answer that question for you, when I came up with the idea of the group,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a lot of DJ groups and Facebook, but no one actually sit down and teach or want to give information about the culture itself.
Mm-hmm.
If you need help with, just say, setting up OBS, they keep it a
Right.
secret, like it's one big secret, and it's not.
Right.
I come from
Exactly.
the era DJing. Where you came from, you know, we blacked out our records.
Yeah.
So you didn't know what I'm playing. So now, it's not like that. I share anything I have, music, anything. If anybody call me or pin a group they need some stuff, I got it, I'm giving it.
Mm-hmm.
And I always believe, if you're the smartest one in the group, you don't need to be in it.
When you're what now?
You're the smartest person in the group.
Yeah.
Group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so.
I agree. Yeah. I know where you're going with that.
With this group.
I got you. That's.
And it actually, I mean, we working. I mean, everybody get along. It ain't no,
Mm-hmm.
and we tell you, leave your ego at the door.
Right. Indeed.
Leave it at the door. We don't need it here.
Right. Indeed.
That's pretty
Indeed.
much it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, man, that was great, man. That's a great vision that you have, man. And even though I know this Zoom right here interview more or less is to bring direction. You know, I guess for me, you know, y'all doing it for me to kind of share certain things with you guys. But what I'm getting out of it is just like what you just now said, is the fact that I got a platform now that I can go to and be like, yo, what you fellas think about this, X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and believe it or not,
so
you'd be surprised. Yeah, there you go. You'd be surprised or how helpful such a platform can be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's an understatement, especially if it's you know, genuinely motivated.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, oh my gosh, when it comes down to looking for answers See, I'm a firm believer in that if it's something meant for me to do, I'm gonna do it. There's no like, you can hold back and I can ask a question. You could decide not to give me the answer, but that doesn't mean I ain't gonna get the answer.
Yeah,
That just means
exactly.
you ain't gonna give it to me. You know what I mean? So, all right, whatever. I'm gonna do what I got to do to get the answer, but I'm gonna get the answer. It's in this particular regards. It's good to know that I have a platform that I might go to. Be like, look, check this out. Somebody told me this, or I just saw this, or I just witnessed this. What do y'all fellas think about that? X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? So this is good. This is great. This is great. I applaud you for that.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I
most
Good
definitely.
vision. Good vision you had, and it's good. I applaud you for that.
Thanks.
Now, on Facebook, when you go to the group, the DJ
Yes, sir. Oh,
information,
matter. Okay.
make sure that you join the group.
Okay.
and I'm gonna text you that link as well, so that it'll take you right to our group, so
Okay.
that you can actually automatically join in. Because we'd love to have you on, any call that we're on. Wednesday,
Okay.
our Wednesday call is usually the biggest call where we do training.
What time on Wednesdays?
We do it every Wednesday. We start at 9 o'clock, but we have started getting on earlier at 8.
Okay. How long does it go to?
6, 7, 8. Until it becomes the last man or woman standing.
Really?
I think last night it was still about 4
But you know,
o'clock.
that's cool. What happened now? What did you say, Sid?
It was 4 o'clock this morning. I was the last person standing.
Wow.
So we
Okay,
got
but I'm gonna tell you why that's good for me though. The reason why that's good for me is because I work,
Mm-hmm.
and so by the time I get off work, y'all will still be on. So I can so this way I could probably participate in the majority of the group talks
Oh yeah.
when I don't have anything to do. Okay, so that'll work because this well, I don't have to tell you. You already know. You spoke to me at work. It's
Mhm.
noisy where I'm at.
Yeah.
So, but at least I know that I come in and participate for at least an hour or two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And get
all
into the
means.
discussion or what have you. Okay, so yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, and if you
That'll
want,
work.
you have something when you want to come in and you got something specific, a specific topic that you want to drop on the floor, by all means, I'm quite sure the DJs that are present at that time, we tackle it and we work on it together. If there's a solution to be made to it, we do it. If it's just something for general information, we receive it and we share
really,
it or do whatever. And
It's
then we
also both, man. It's like it works hand in hand. Because I'm gonna tell you one of the things that I learned was that, what's so funny. When you share knowledge, you'd be surprised how much you learn about what it is that you share by sharing.
Oh yeah.
If you think about it, because it's like as I'm talking to people about certain things, sometimes, I'm replaying it. I'm listening to myself as I'm talking about it, and then something else comes to me about that same topic or that same subject matter that I'm talking about.
Right.
So, that's the reason why. That's another reason why I like sharing so much. Is because it's always a learning process. It's always, and then a person can even add on to when people add on. You know what I'm saying? A person might have something else that they could say or add on to whatever it is that you're sharing with them. Next thing you know is at another level.
Right. And
and that's what makes this really great. This is cool.
Yeah.
This is
and
cool.
then Monday nights, same thing.
Okay.
But Monday nights is more of just getting together and talking about music and
Right.
they share some files or something. But
Okay.
but it's Flash runs that one for sure because I usually don't get in until late on that one, because we do it combined. But I dropped the ball on Mondays and put all the weight on Flash's shoulders.
Okay. Then let me ask you, on your group, does it have like how you say the timetable for the different days that y'all go on in terms of discussion matter, or it could be just about anything? Depends on what you get on and what you hear, and just join the group and kind of like join in the session.
All right. On Mondays it's like Music Share Monday, and we just pretty much bust it up, talk about music, share music,
Okay.
whatever. And Wednesday we pick like a topic to talk about on Wednesday.
Got you. Okay.
So like last Wednesday it was streaming. We just talked about streaming.
Got you. Okay.
And right this week be something else. So
Got
we just try to pick a Wednesday, a top. It's like a topic every Wednesday, and Monday is like a more get together.
Okay. Okay.
Hold on, let me turn this fan off. Good evening, ladies.
Yeah, and then we have, you know, so, but like I say, since we've been in this situation where we've been in the house,
We've been on it like every day.
we talk.
I know,
about it
right. That's right. I
every
forgot.
day.
Every day, Sunday through
So,
Saturday.
you know, so on your, you know, you said that you have 2 Facebook pages. Which is the one that we can hit you up on? Because like if we're on, we could drop the link into you so that if you know when the time does come, you know, just so that you'll know. Plus, also if you're part of the group, you'll actually see the link where we'll post it sometimes, and it'll be posted at the top of the page. So.
Okay. Now, see, this is where it gets kind of funny. I up until recently, and I would say when I say recent, I'm talking like maybe 3-4 months tops. I kind of like dove into, did my own thing, didn't even really go on Facebook. I had even apologized to certain people that was trying to join my Facebook. That had like about 750 people trying to thing onto my page, and I had to confirm, you know, and apologize because I don't be on there. It's changed a little bit now, but to say what Facebook page I'm on, even still now, I don't go on to Facebook yet as much. You know, still even now because, and I'm actually in the process of building a studio. So between my job and that, it's got me like, you know, I only time. If I and I got to be direct. It's like I'm going on Facebook. I'm going for a reason because DJ Square Knot or Flash said, go to Facebook and X, Y, and Z. Okay, I'm on it. Boom, 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 boom. Now that's going to change because I'm learning more so now than anything that I could have used this platform for my brand. Easy.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, prior to that, I didn't see that side of it. I saw just the gossip. And you know what I mean? So I'm definitely YouTube also. You know what I mean? So y'all gonna have to bear with me in regards to the Facebook. The best way of reaching me is by, for now, maybe, you know, for now, is actually texting or calling. You know,
yeah, well, I'll make sure
being that I know that I'm a part of this group, I will pay more attention. And what I'll do is I have a you know, you can get a notification on your phone whenever a certain, right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a special notification for you guys so that when I hear that, I know, go to the Facebook page and see what's going on.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
And like I say, I'll definitely between me and Flash, we'll definitely, you know, send you the links and keep you updated on that. Because like I said, we would love to have you come through and, you know, share knowledge or, you know, obtain some knowledge, you know.
Exactly.
Whatever,
thank you.
You know,
I mean, you act like I can't learn.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
y'all have no idea of how much that I be studying and doing research. Y'all have no idea. I go to school every day.
I hear that.
Literally every day. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Google, learning something about what it is that I'm doing. No matter what it is, I'm doing something. You know you understand what I'm saying? So
most definitely.
Look, listen, I'm gonna be a pain. I'm gonna be a pest.
That's what we
I'm gonna be a pest. Y'all gonna regret this moment. No, but real talk. I appreciate the invitation, and definitely, I look forward to participating with this group. So yeah, it's all up. Definitely. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So, are you off for the rest of the night, or you don't have to go in tonight or anything, do you?
No. I work. I work. I do doubles Monday through Friday. So Saturdays and Sundays, I'm done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I just relax. You know, get into my thing as much as I can. You know what I mean? So, you know, but yeah, Saturdays and Sundays. I used to work Saturdays too, and then I was like, I can't do this. So I just leave. I just do my regular, you know, work during the week, and then do what I can do. You know, handle my stuff during the day.
Gotcha.
So I'd rather you know, on the weekends.
Before we close out, I had one more question for you because you mentioned that you had the Ring 72 back there.
That's right.
Gotcha.
Don't hate.
You said MK2s, right?
Because I know he's about to say something because he's like the pioneer. What you think? MK2?
What was the tables you said you had back then?
Oh, the MK7s is new.
MK7s. So,
Yeah.
what was the last thing that you played on those things right there?
Oh,
What
the
was
last
that last song that you just played on? What was the last thing you did? What was the last thing you played?
The last song, believe it or not, the last song I played was Beatbox by Art of Noise.
Wow.
I was working out a turntable routine with that.
Nice, man. Nice.
That was the last joint. That was the last joint I played. But believe it or not, you talking about that was the last joint. That was the last joint I played. But prior to that, I was actually working on I was doing some transitions, working on some stuff. But it was house. It was house with some house music.
Okay. Well, you know, house music, Big Body, Courtney Big Body, she was in here earlier. She's big into house.
Yeah.
Joe Storm, Baltimore house, you know.
Okay.
So, and we got quite a few house DJs in here as well.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I thought I knew house. I thought I knew house until I came out to Newark in Irvington, New Jersey.
Yeah,
Man, they gave me that. That was my biggest lesson I've had. But the 3-4 years that I was out there, and then because I went back to Brooklyn, but when I came out there, I was out there for like about 3-4 years. Oh my gosh, them brothers is no joke.
Yeah.
And the DJs out there, no joke. I mean, thumbs up to them. I learned a hell of a lot about house music, and you know, even playing house music, even playing it. I thought, like I said, I thought I was nice till I came to Newark.
Yeah.
When it came to house music, I thought
you'll also get an opportunity because sometimes members of the crew like Joe Storm, Flash, we sometimes we have where we just dubbed it yesterdays as spin-a-thons, but Joe Storm up in Baltimore for me, they host a Baltimore club type Zoom sometime where they're playing their house sets, and it'll be like 4 or 5 different DJs playing.
Ooh.
So they're doing round robin. So
nice.
And then yesterday, Flash had introduced to the group for the first time the DJ Information Group Spin-a-thon. So what that is each DJ gets 30 minutes to play, or depending on the number of DJs, we played 30 minutes yesterday, but it could be 15 minutes or whatever. But each DJ, gets that chance to play in the group, in the Zoom, and it's recorded, and you get a chance to hear yourself afterwards because Flash will send you your set.
Right.
Stuff like that. So you'll get a chance to see a lot of that hanging around in the group for sure.
Nice.
Of course, we'll be like, yo, Cutmaster DC, come on and get on it. 1 to 2s and get going.
All right, no problem. No problem. Okay, I look forward to that.
Cool beans.
That's what's up. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
We can do that.
Yeah. So I know we done took up about 2 hours of your time.
Well spent.
Yeah. So we definitely appreciate you. And again, like I say, man, I appreciate you taking that call because I knew you was at work and you were talking and you was like, hold on, I want to, I'm gonna talk. I was like, cool, man. So that means a lot. That really means a lot, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem.
Much respect.
Thank you.
I don't mean to cut him off, but he just heard me play your music, and what I mean, he's like, we gotta get on. I'm like, yeah. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
I love the old school, man. It's that music, it brings back memories and it put me in a good mood.
Yeah.
Just being back when I was that teenager.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff I'm going through now.
I got you.
And everything else. I come down here and play old school from the Crash Crew, Disco Day, the Crash Crew, any old school song, and I'm like in a whole different.
Right. Exactly. And see, that's another thing, about music in general, is that it could actually it's like it's a way of just escape sometimes. You know what I mean? Just take you places where you'd be like, okay, that's a day I'd rather remember, opposed to what's going on right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I gravitate to music from that era, It's because it's more tranquil for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I call
You
it
know,
my
so-
therapy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I call it
Exactly.
my therapy.
Exactly. And again, that's the reason why I say it doesn't matter what happens as far as with it, just as long as I can play my music, do my music, I'm good.
Oh yeah.
I'm good.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
good. You got to
I'm
be
there
in the
with
house you got to stay in the house for 3 months. Okay. I'm gonna play my music. I don't care. I'll play my music. It don't make me no difference. I go out to go to work. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's as far as it goes. And if I didn't have to do that, you understand what I'm saying? But bills got to be paid.
No doubt.
So,
No doubt. No
but anyway,
doubt.
man, I'm not gonna. Sometimes I could ramble.
Oh
you
no,
know,
you
ramble
good,
on,
man.
but,
You good. Hey,
but-
you want to stay here till 6 o'clock with us? We cool with that too.
Y'all have to catch me on a Saturday for that.
Don't have
Tomorrow's
him
Monday.
meet that side yet. Don't have him meet that side yet.
We
Nah,
had,
I can hang out with y'all on Saturday.
yeah.
Monday I gotta get up. So
I feel you, man. So
Don't let him meet that side yet, Square Nut.
truly, it's
what
been
you
a
say?
pleasure.
What you say, sis?
I said, don't let him meet that side yet, Square Nut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some towards the late nights.
Hey, we gotta break
the
him in
group-
slow.
Yeah, we gotta break him in real slow.
The group gets
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
interested
right.
in the topic.
Be gentle. Be gentle. Be gentle.
But we have a good time.
remember,
We
I'm
definitely have a
elderly.
lot of fun in this group.
You ain't
I'm
elderly.
elderly.
You're not elderly.
I'll be 60 in February. You got to be
That's not
gentle. with me.
elderly. You fine.
You done heard and seen everything, so that's a plus.
I
Yeah.
always said you're not elderly until you're in a nursing home and can't do nothing for yourself. You
Oh, that
good.
ain't happening.
There you go.
Hey.
You good then.
That ain't happening. All right.
Indeed.
Thank you for the encouragement. Now I feel it.
Yes. So I know you. What time you go to work?
I leave my house 8 o'clock.
Oh man. Yeah. You.
So I wake up like about 7:30.
Oh, okay.
Seven.
So you're not that
About
bad.
seven.
You're not that far away then.
No.
Cool,
No.
baby.
My job ain't that far. But it's just the fact. But see, it's just huh? What'd you say?
No, I think that was some just noise in the background.
Oh, okay. No, it's just that how you say, what's the word? It's work. I try to be rested, well rested when I go there. So I wind up being able to, because I do doubles, so it's a 12 to 14-hour day for me.
Gotcha. We had another DJ popping here. I'm gonna ask him real quick. Did he have one last question?
Oh, okay.
So let me just ask him, and see what he says. Dooley, we got DJ Big Dooley. Do you have a question for Cutmaster DC?
No, I don't have one.
All right, gotcha.
We got Kelly in here also.
And we have, Big Scully, DJ Big Scully. Do you have
Hey,
anything for
hey, man,
Cutmaster
I'm-
DC?
Hey, pretty much I seen that the host told me to shut up from the giddy up, so I shut up from the mother giddy up. What's happening, pimps and pimpettes? Yeah, hey, I'm the trouble child, DC. So I was listening. So yeah, I'm the one that'll help your transition real quickly. I'm the one with all the jokes.
Okay.
Sometime at the wrong time too. Well,
Mm-hmm.
wait.
Time out a
I'm
lot.
sorry, Mr. Fisher. I'm sorry.
All right, can you get to your question?
All
Yeah,
of the
get to
time.
it. What's your question? What's
Can
your
you get to
question?
your question, please?
You
Oh,
got it?
I ain't had none.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no,
Well,
I was like I said, shit. Rod told me shut up, so I shut up.
All right, so we're gonna let Cutmaster DC do his thing, and then we'll go from there. But let me close it out.
Okay.
And again, sir,
Yes, sir.
truly a pleasure, truly an honor, and we welcome you
Thank
to the group, open
Thank
arms, and we
Thank
look forward to fellowshipping with you. We look forward to receiving information from you. We look forward to sharing information with you.
Thank you.
Every and anything that you need in terms of information or whatever, come see us. Come hang out
Thank
with us. Come learn who we are.
I
Get
will.
to know who we are, and And when you are traveling or doing anything like that, if you're down in any of these areas, I'm quite sure you'll be able to connect with any of us. So
Great.
we definitely believe in that. We believe in the fellowship and we believe in the culture. And it's good to see that, again, you know, a legend like yourself, back in the day, old school, you got that you still wearing that fabric. That fabric is still part of you.
The fire's still lit.
Yes, the fire is still lit, indeed. So we thank you again, my brother.
Okay.
And ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Cutmaster DC. This man has come on. He shared lots of knowledge with us. He shared all kinds of good stuff. He's looking forward to spending good time with us in the future. And we just welcome you with open arms, man. And we thank you graciously for giving us 2 hours. And it's just truly a blessing. And you are a blessed man. And we bid
Thank you, sir.
Whatever you want to do, we know that you're going to do it because you have that focus. And where, like I say, where we can help, we will. So
okay, thank you. I appreciate that, man. And it's vice versa. It's the same thing. You know, I'm gonna speak with you, you know, a little bit later on. You know, give you a little bit more information on me as far as what, you know, the things that I do.
Yeah.
And if there's any help that I can be to any of the people that's in the group, or you know, or people that's associated with you guys, you know, again, same thing. You know, just holler at me, let me know, and I'm there.
Gotcha. And of course, you and I being in the same field, we definitely gonna chop it up on that for sure. So
I'll be mad at you if we didn't.
We're gonna have a lot of phone calls.
Yeah,
so you got my number locked in. I got yours locked in. So
yes, indeed.
we definitely gonna do that. But at this time, we're gonna go ahead and end the recording. And we want to say thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the DJ Information Group with the one, the only Cutmaster DC. Peace out.
Take care, y'all, and be safe.
All right.